becoming increasingly accepted, and as a result, there's just as much propaganda surrounding the plant as ever before. Some claim stone drivers will bring disastrous consequences.
What's to keep somebody from getting all potted up on weed and then getting behind the wheel?
But a recent study from the same federal government that keeps weed illegal found stone drivers were no more likely to crash than sober drivers, and were far less dangerous than drunk drivers. Others, like Attorney General Jeff Sessions, claim violence goes up when cannabis is more available, but data shows there's no correlation between access to cannabis and rates of violence. A classic lie about weed that still persists today is that weed is a gateway drug.
Marijuana is a cure for opiate abuse. Give me a break.
Yet opiate overdose rates go down in states with medical marijuana, but it destroys your lungs.
We actually measured lung function every year in our marijuana smokers up to 8 years. And we found that the slope of the decline in lung function was almost identical in the marijuana-only smokers compared to the non-smokers, where it was accelerated in the tobacco smokers.
But it makes you stupid. The study that implied that was widely criticized, and another study of twins found there was no difference in adolescent IQ between weed smokers and non-smokers. But surely, legalizing makes kids do it. Not according to data out of Colorado, which shows there was no uptick in marijuana use when it was legalized. In fact, the state had lower rates of teen use than other parts of the country. It can't treat cancer, that's a hoax. Even the government's own cancer website admits that in laboratory testing, cannabinoids have been shown to shrink tumors, kill cancer cells, and inhibit their growth. So to claim with certainty it doesn't or can't treat cancer is just ignorant and regressive at this point. On that note, government agents and agencies especially like to claim that cannabis hasn't been studied enough to be approved for use as medicine. Yet the FDA, which insists the plant must remain classified as a dangerous drug, is perfectly okay with short-term drug studies funded by major pharmaceutical companies and conducted by doctors on the payroll of pharma giants. But despite the thousands of articles on PubMed showing the great medical potential of cannabis, combined with endless anecdotal evidence, somehow weed just isn't okay. Except when it's synthesized by a major pharmaceutical company and approved by the FDA. It's for lazy, bad people.
Good people don't smoke marijuana.
And dirty hippies. Okay, well, if that's true, this retired cop with Parkinson's disease, these children with epilepsy, these parents moving across the country to treat their children's persistent illnesses, and these war veterans are terrible humans with bad hygiene. So are the ancient Greeks, ancient Chinese, and other civilizations that long predated the DEA, FDA, and Jeff Sessions. One of the biggest myths of all is that the government keeps cannabis illegal to keep us safe. That's a flat-out lie. A former Nixon aide admitted in the 1990s that weed was particularly demonized to smear anti-war and black activists. Cannabis and hemp are also a threat to big pharmaceutical companies and the billions they generate, as well as big liquor and all the industries hemp could put out of business for its durability, efficiency, and sustainability. And finally, if you peacefully break the outdated law to use or sell cannabis without hurting anyone, you could end up the victim of brutal, violent assault and unjust incarceration. Oh, wait, that's not a myth, that's decades of reality. Cannabis may have some negative side effects that will continue to be discovered with further research, but not only are they nowhere near the severity of other state-sanctioned drugs, they also don't include death, nor are the side effects as bad as having your life ruined by the government because you use or sell a plant. Ultimately, you don't have the right to restrict my peaceful behavior because you think you know what's best for me, and neither does the government. It's about freedom, and we have no authority to tell others how to live and behave if they aren't hurting anyone. It's about being liberated in your mind and knowing you have the basic human right to experiment with your own consciousness or treat your own illnesses. So on that note and in that spirit, now I'm going to hit this non-psychoactive CBD joint that my government still swears to me isn't safe.